Yeah, and most times baby kids get lost in hospitals. So at times with somebody delivering, person loses the child.
Yes.
At times with somebody maybe somebody actually having taken a kid to the hospital and the kid gets lost. And most times these people use these kids like they kill them, they use them for what? For getting wealth, rituals. Are you seeing?
Yeah.
So what is that? What will the government do in places like the hospitals and the roads? And more especially in the roads, why it's now rampant. That's why you see
Yeah.
there are a lot of what there are a lot of road accidents. And by the way, if you take road also has the road crime. There's also a form of crime called road crime that we didn't mention earlier
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. That's true.
Now the likes are like if you go to the road, if you actually drink and drive or ride, that's basically a form of crime. So what can the government do to actually prevent such crimes in the roads and the hospitals? So that's what I want to actually get from you.
Yeah. I believe what the government will they implement is maybe make this one constructing zebra crossings on the main roads or maybe any path where there is a road.
Yeah.
Yeah, by that way, I think this one is mostly on the pedestrians. You find that they are walking, and a driver who is drunk, might be coming there at a higher speed, and this innocent pedestrian is crossing, and you find that this person will be knocked. And
true.
through the zebra crossing, I believe there shall be a security.
That's true. By the like if you take that issue of the roads, like government maybe constructing with zebra crossings. We have very many zebra crossings right now in Koboko in Uganda. We have very many of them. So, but the problem is now the education. People are not actually educated about them. Someone who has actually studied as far as senior 6, but when someone is crossing the zebra crossing, this is the same person who comes with a vehicle in a higher speed, wanting to not knock someone. Are you seeing? So these issues here, I think the government has to actually educate people. And to add on that issue of the road, road crime. So I think the government will also eliminate corrupt traffic officers. I have actually witnessed this in very many places. You see, when you're traveling, let me say when you're traveling to Kampala, or at times when you're traveling to areas like Ilumbe, when you're traveling to areas like Oraba, if you reach places like, maybe if you reach where traffic are, where the traffic police are actually based in, you see a vehicle that is supposed to carry 6 people. You see there are 12 people in the vehicle, and when these same people go, or maybe when they actually reach the zebra cross, maybe when they reach the checkpoint, you see this traffic police will take like 2k. Listen,
Yeah.
will be bribed with 2k only to actually accept a life of 1,000 or a life of six people.
Oh,
Yeah,
more than 6 people.
yeah, that's it. Now you see, have you seen how corrupt these people are? Yeah, they are bribed, and that results to what? To crimes and what?
Yeah.
In actual to accidents, and that's a crime. By the way, bribe is actually a very big crime
Yes.
according to the law of Uganda. So that's basically about actually the roads and on the hospitals. To add on that, I think the government should actually take a charge of also like installing CCTV cameras, because in the hospital people pay visit there every day. You know, in Uganda one of the busiest places are the hospitals. So the government has to install cameras there and employ what?
Sorry for interrogating you.
Yeah.
Also, it is our personal activity. Also, we as individuals or the patients who are working there, who are there in the hospital, we should also take care of ourselves, whereby maybe the caretakers of the patient who has taken, for example, a woman is taken to deliver. So the caretaker should be always constantly aware of the patient that they are taking care of, such that they don't get involved in such kind of issues whereby you lose a child. And moreover, this is a child that a patient has carried 9 months through thick and thin, and you at the end the child get lost.
That's very true. By the way, to add on that, my word is only at night. Like in these hospitals, you have patients who sleep there. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, in case these criminals, maybe in case the criminals come at night, will they be safe? That's the question. Because if you take these hospitals, in most times they also have the same watchmen. I see.
Yeah.
They have the same watchmen and actually the same security guards. But why can't, like, these hospitals are in most times owned by the government? Why can't the government of Uganda maybe, I see, bring like some soldiers or police to take charge of the hospital? Because right now, as Uganda we have a lot of soldiers. We have actually thousands of soldiers. If you follow the budget of Uganda, if you follow the budget, the recent budget of Uganda, the budget of last year, let me say, we have actually trillions of money that is invested in what? In security.
Yeah.
And if you take that trillions of money, we have a lot of soldiers and police. But if you go to these hospitals that are owned by the government, like hospitals like Molago, we have the Ggaba Regional Referral Hospital, we have actually the West Nile, we actually have the Arua Regional Referral Hospital, we have the likes of Kuru Referral Hospital, we have the likes of Barifa that is under construction still. If you go to those hospitals there, you can access there anytime you want to, and you can leave anytime you want to, without serious checkups. Listen. So don't be surprised that you see a criminal coming. Listen. You see a criminal coming from nowhere, enters the hospital. Listen. When this criminal enters the hospital, maybe a criminal can come with a bomb, like the scenarios that have been happening in the recent times, where you see somebody comes with a bomb, enters the hospital. You see actually explosion occurring. So I'm actually urging the government maybe to actually improve the security in the hospital, because we the citizens we can try, but to some extent we shall feel like at night you can't manage that one day. Because at night, in most times we always on our dreams. So that's about it. So what can you still say about that?
On that, I think the government should take it as a serious note, show that our individuals or the citizens of the country are safe and they are well taken care of.
So now lastly we're going to actually dilute on the issue of actually the maximum level of protection for all the sectors. What should the government do in all the sectors? Who is responsible for security in the country? That's what we're going to talk about. Is it the Ugandan police? Is it actually the UPDF? Or it's actually maybe the individuals and maybe the security guards that are employed? So that's what I'm going to do. We're just going to summarize about it and then see what we can still continue on. So what can you say about who is responsible for security in the country? Or in schools, let's say especially talk about schools and hospitals, because these are places that accumulate a lot of population. So that's about it. So what can you say about that?
According to me, this is supposed to be done by all the forces, whether police or UPDF. It is supposed to be done by the forces, because the forces, their role is even to take care of the country, care of the countries that whereby no maybe issues are.
But like in most times, if you see the forces in Uganda, like if you take the UPDF is basically implemented. It's actually implemented, like the UPDF is basically concerned on issues of wars. That's why if you go to the neighboring countries like South Sudan, Congo, or even up to Central African Republic, we have the countries like South Somalia, where you see the Ugandan the UPDFs are taken there for security purposes. And why can't the government maybe install those soldiers that are taken outside to actually work in some of these schools? Won't it help us? Like what has happened, we have lost 4 kids, and those kids, by the moreover, those kids were going to help us a lot. So I'm actually also like on that issue of security, I'm urging the government should also limit the number of soldiers that I know as a country you're supposed to help the rest. You're supposed to help the rest. So now that's actually about our discussions of today. You can still catch up. That's basically about the discussion that we had on the maximum level of security. So we're going out for a very short commercial break, and we shall return back after some time. So you still be connected with us at Capital One Media. At Capital One, we're instant and accurate.
Don't touch your
Osmosis is coming.
Osmosis, what's the money? When do you see him? Send him to Momo.
My bossy, can I borrow fuel? Biggie money, can I borrow renty? Manager, give me some caloni. Okay, what about 5K?
When you need a loan, you've got MTN Momo. Wesotinge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
This campaign will look to impact over 10,000 Ugandans. When we are saying pick up that phone and call, that phone call is free. So just look out for that adverts in the newspapers, that's on TV, that mention on radio, the adverts on radio, just tell you which number you can call.
Constant
and